I love this process of reality reconciliation. It's like a daily, constant communing with God and what he's saying and what he's doing and what's going on around us physically. I was cooking, and for some reason, this thought came to me about when we take things to extremes, we kind of see what they're made of. This happens, of course, in physics a lot. I was in a nuclear physics group at Notre Dame, and the group I was in was studying halonuclei. So what is a halonucleus? So in atoms have the nucleus made of protons and neutrons. So I was in a nuclear physics group that's just looking at the nuclei. And when an isotope has extra neutrons, right? So like carbon-14 has 2 extra neutrons from carbon-12. Carbon-12 is stable, but carbon-14 is used for radiocarbon dating and such. So isotopes have extra neutrons. Well, what happens when you have too many neutrons? Like way too many. And so what do? Well, they create in a nuclear physics experiment nuclei with way too many neutrons. And what they've found is that they create this thing called halonuclei, like a halo that goes around your head. And the the neutrons that are extra sort of revolve around the nucleus, halos around the nucleus. And so why are they doing this? Because at the extremes, you discover the nature of things. This is always true in physics. They're always pushing the limits of temperature, high temperatures, very low temperatures, high pressures, environments with lots of energetic things. Why? Because when you get to the edges of things, you discover the properties of things. If they can give too many neutrons in the nucleus, then they can discover, it turns out when you get at the very edge, they were looking at helium-8, which has 4 extra neutrons. And so when you have too much, you reveal, or right on the edges, you reveal the nature of things. And I think that's what God does in our lives. He lets us get to the edge of things. He presses us. You find out what's in something when it's pressed, right? When it's pushed, when you turn the heat up in the fire, the impurities come to the surface. Many of us are just sickened by the stuff coming out of us right now because God is turning up the heat and the pressure, and it's causing stuff to come out, but it's healing. It's not a bad thing. You ever noticed when it rains, it pours? I think that's designed by God. Circumstances all come at once. Why? Because he's pushing us to the edge to reveal what's in us so that we can be healed. He only reveals what's inside in order to heal. And I think that's an encouraging thing. Physics shows us that, and so does God.